So let's get this show on the road. Today is October 20th. We're wrapping up today with around $280 profit. It was kind of a whoop, you guys are leaving me here for a second. Come back. Today was a good little green day. It wasn't anything too crazy, and I knew out of the gates I was not going to really want to do a lot of trading. CBLI, one of our lead gappers, really, it had moments, right? It had some good moments. Pre-market, I was up on this one, I think at most 300, and then I was down around 200, and it was choppy for me. So I want to really focus on this one pretty much right away. Maybe it has another move in it, so we'll talk a little bit about what I think it might do in the afternoon. But yeah, overall, not really the best day trading day, but small caps, mid caps and possible swing trades are looking pretty good. So I think right now is the time to be thinking about, what kind of upcoming swing trades should we be looking at. And I want to actually go over right now to the charts to show you guys that we actually have a few swing trades we're already long. You guys can check them out on your own time. I have a bunch of videos about each one of these individually, but I just want to kind of give you a little recap on some of them. Basically, anything you see here, PLL open, are swing trades that we are currently long on. So that is KCAC. We're long LMND. We're long GE. This was a nice move to the upside. ADT, though, is erasing those profits at the moment, at least, unrealized gains. HCAC, wow, I can't speak anymore. And then HYLN, this one's dipping lower here a little bit. And actually, I really like the fact that it's dipping lower, mainly because I only did a partial entry on HYLN, and I'm looking to do a full entry pretty soon here if we break 23. So that's what I'm waiting for. But the ones I want to really be focused on today, obviously, is the day trading. What did we do today day trading wise? Well, CBLI, we traded. APTX, we traded. We also traded DKNG, but this was actually going to be a swing trade. I liked what I saw. I entered this one, but then I noticed actually there's a lot of resistance here short term. So I closed this position today, enter today and close today, and I'm actually going to look for a buyback on DKNG. So this was supposed to be a swing trade. Other than that, we don't have any red day trades. So yeah, we're exiting day up around, I don't know, somewhere north of 250, but south of 300. So let's start with CBLI, because I think this is really the one. So DKNG, here you can see we sold here at 43.50 was big resistance. I wanted to buy below 42.5. We didn't really get below 42.5, and now it's kind of popping back to the upside. So that's the problem sometimes with fizzling around with your swing trades. Sometimes you cause yourself to miss some moves. CBLI, anyway, let's go to this one. This is the lead gapper on the day for sure, hands down. Okay, let's actually close that, and then what was it? Oh yeah, CBLI. So okay, US biotech listed on the NASDAQ. CBLI, 6 million float. That's what I was really stoked about. 27 million market cap at the time. Now it's at 50 million market cap. 43% gapping pre-market, kind of holding those areas pretty well. They have kind of this definitive merger agreement. So Cytocom, I don't know if I'm saying that right. This company is going to be doing an all stock transaction deal sometime closing by the end of 2021. So they're probably already purchasing up some shares. Anyway, this company wants to buy out Cleveland through a stock definitive merger. So that's sounding pretty good. Obviously, that pumped the stock up around 75%, and it's holding this area very, very well. The problem is you constantly notice that was this thing would spike to the upside. It felt like there was just a bunch of antsy Nancy's trading CBLI today. You would either have a huge run to the upside, make a nice spike, and then all of a sudden start pulling back again. And I was like, and the pullbacks were so strong. So I didn't end up trading this one at all after the market opened, which, we had a nice rounded bottom here, and there was one good opportunity. I probably could have traded this one, and that was right when we were approaching. And I was very skeptical in this zone. I'll talk about the pre-market trades in a second, but right here, we were popping higher, we were around VWAP, and then we had a quick little pullback. This would have been the good opportunity, because right now we have a rounded bottom, right? We have higher lows coming in. That's a very bullish sign, and we're testing VWAP. I was a little bit skeptical here because, we were having an increase in volume, but the sell volume was strong. Not to mention we had a lot of these sell-offs here on the big former shoulder, so I wasn't super stoked about this area. especially in this area. Ultimately, this was actually the best area, but this is where I was like extra nervous. I should have done this one because this one at heart, I was like, you know, I kind of would take something like this, but I kind of talked myself out of it. This one, I don't know, this could have spiked in both directions in my eyes. So I should have maybe went for this one. I could have wrapped up 4, 5, 6, 7% profits on that trade. You know, it could have been a decent base hit or even a home run trade. So that's really the missed opportunity, I think, for today. Other than that, I mean, CBLI was a tough one to trade. It was just, yeah, I don't know, we could go through it here. So we had a nice open at 7. This thing starts pulling higher, really, really good moves. I wasn't really looking at anything at 7. I was still doing some other things around the house. And then around 7:20, I'm like, oh man, that was a nice run up here. But around 7:30, I was able to get a nice little pullback here, a very, very small base hit. I tried another trade here, and then I got kind of flushed out right here. This kind of sucked because I was up like 90 bucks, and all of a sudden I was down pretty much almost $200 in this one mistake. This red trade cost me like almost, yeah, I don't know, $250 plus. This was a mean red trade. Doesn't even look that bad because I actually had a decent entry here. But then I didn't sell quick enough. I was too stubborn. I didn't cut my losses quick enough. And I made a $50 loss turn into, 5 times that. So that was a huge mistake. I did a small little dip trade here to, take a base hit, took another base hit here, slowly digging myself out of the hole a little bit, a few more base hits in these areas. But yeah, CBLI was just not a ticker I was super stoked about. Eventually, we had a nice little pullback here, break higher above VWAP. These are always my favorite setups. And I ended up trading this one, sold into the spike. And I tried it one more time to do a trade, I think somewhere here. And this is, again, where I gave back some profits. And I was like, a few good trades, but then giving back profits just constantly on CBLI. So, there's a lot of resistance on this one around 4.2. You could really, really feel it. And every time it failed, it really had these kind of stronger pullbacks. So that's what made this one a little bit tougher as well to trade. Here was another annoying trade I gave back like $100 on. Nice move higher here. I bought the pullback, and guess what? The bounce was weak, and I got shaken out, and then eventually ended up ripping higher here. You could have bought the pullback maybe here, but all of a sudden, this was a mean flush, or this was not your typical healthy pullback. So it's like, who knows? Maybe I would have bought here at roughly 4, and then I would have got shaken out, cut my losses at like 394, and then it shoots back up. So like it wasn't, super tuned in. I wasn't super tuned in. I'm not blaming anything on the ticker. The ticker does what the ticker does. To me personally, I noticed something was off to me today. Sometimes you come to the markets, you step up, and you're not fully in the sync. And I feel like that happened to me today with CBLI. So like I'm kind of happy that I'm walking away green today. Like I could have been a much better day. I gave back a lot of profits, but at the same time, I feel like I did all right today, and I don't know. I don't have any really too big regrets. CBLI, I did kind of want to mention here, where do I think it's going to go? Well, we know 3.5 is big support. So I would not want to see a crack of 3.5. I think that's going to be a very, very, very bearish sign. I don't really think it's going to happen because that catalyst, but who knows? Maybe some news is going to come out. Who knows what's going to happen? It's hard to predict these tickers. But since here's a really interesting point. We broke the high from these zones. That's a really, really bullish sign. I really like seeing that. And, with a catalyst like it has, I wouldn't be surprised if it kept on going. Long term, it's a tough one. It's a tough one to recommend a ticker that has one of these really, really negative slopes. But ever since these past spikes, we've actually ended up holding the highs okay. And right now, it looks like we're making one of those kind of new highs in this area. It looks like we might be holding the highs, and maybe this is going to be a multi-day runner here. I would not be surprised. The ticker from yesterday, CB or CXLI or whatever it was, wait, that's pretty much KK. Oh man, how did I forget this ticker? Hold on. If we go to, actually, by the way, guys, there's a new little update here on the post. Let me scroll out a little bit. You can now filter the posts based on title contents, body contents. So if I want to filter, so KXIN, right, was the ticker from yesterday. If I click apply, now it's going to filter for that. It doesn't have to be capital or anything like that. You can see KXIN. So KXIN was, or you could even do it in the body. If we talk about KXIN in the body, that also works. This was added this morning to TradeJournal. So with KXIN, this was yesterday's ticker. I was really not thinking that this is going to hold its highs. And the reason for that is because, let me zoom in here a little bit again. Go back to KXIN. With 1 million float, no news, making a huge spike for no reason. We see this all the time, and I was not super stoked about what we were seeing with KXIN. And actually, let's go back to the daily chart. And this one had a really hard time kind of making continuation. It is kind of holding this area. You have to give it some credit. $5 looks like it's holding for now, which could be actually kind of a bullish sign. So maybe worth following up on KXIN. But overall, I do like what I'm seeing much more with CBLI. So I think this one is worth following up, seeing if it holds these kind of 3.5 areas. Maybe if it dipped down to 3 is worth considering for a dip buy. Really watching this one, where the support is, and then, accumulating it around those support zones, and then kind of going from there, looking for, maybe another like afternoon run or something like that. Today and other days where the market is weak at the market open, so small caps are weak in market open. We don't have a classic spiker. Sometimes midday or power hour, right? The last hour of the market open, so from 3 to 4 p.m. Sometimes you get those really good rips. So I think that's what I would be focused on with CBLI. Who knows what's going to happen? Should be an interesting one to follow up on. Just really quickly here with APTX. Where's it hiding? Oh, this is from yesterday, and then here it is. USA Biotech, 39 million float. These guys had, PTSD, statistically significant phase 2 study results with patients with PTSD disorder. So that sounds really good. I like that catalyst. I like the float. I like the market cap. I really thought APTX was going to be a big winner today. This one unfortunately sold off, and when it didn't really fail to hold these areas very well, I was hoping we'd see maybe a move back above VWAP. This is kind of when I gave up on this ticker. And then especially when we broke this 550, I was talking about this zone quite a bit. APTX, we were able to walk away with a nice little tiny profit, basically just by trying to trade these bigger support areas. I tried one time to get the bigger move back to the upside when volume kicked in on this one, but it ultimately failed, and I got out for basically where I got in. So yeah, just some scratches there. I don't know. One area to look at is maybe around 460. This was a big multi-day support zone. So getting down to these 450, 460 zones could be a good buy opportunities for a little bit of a dip. Maybe it's going to have like a 5-10% reversal from there. But other than that, I don't know if I would be looking at APTX unless something really nice came out about it. Who knows? This could be a huge afternoon runner. It's really hard to say. I'm never stoked on something that just kind of sells off ever since the open. So, but it's only sold off 13% from the open. So it's something worth considering, but it's hard to predict what's going to happen with these tickers. You just have to be kind of following the price action. As long as no bad news comes out and it's kind of holding the highs a little bit, it's worth considering. And then we'll see what happens when the volume kind of comes back. Don't forget, guys, if you want to see what the community is up to, you can always go to the Discord, go to /connect after TradeJournal.co. And then you'll see the Discord group. We got a bunch of swing trading group chat rooms, day trading chat rooms, all that fun stuff. Check out the sponsors, guys. We got Webull right here for 2 free stocks, and we got honestly Yoda Savings Bank is absolutely sweet. Just found out about it not too long ago. You have a chance to win $10 million. It's a lottery kind of app. But by depositing money, you get free lottery tickets. Kind of cool, and their interest rates are the best in the country. So check this out. Use my code Winkler to get 100 free lottery tickets. Very sweet stuff. And I think we got one more sponsor coming to the channel in a little bit. When we broke $10,000, I said we want 3 sponsors on this channel, so it looks like we're really close. And guys, don't forget, if you want to kind of get caught up to date on everything we're doing on this channel, especially on those market open sessions, trading sessions, check out the Foundation Trading series, and then the slides and checklists to go with it. All right, guys, I will see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Don't forget to drop a like if you enjoy the content. Subscribe if you're new and you want to join the community. It's an amazing place. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, guys.